3 Cents Podcast is brought to you by Integrity Roofing and Siding.
Get a little money and we spend it on a professional announcer to usher us in. To 3 Cents Podcast presented by Integrity Roofing and Siding. Welcome in once again. We find ourselves back here in the friendly confines of Mi Familia Mexican restaurant. A stone's throw off of I-10. I guess it's Camp Bullis is the exit,
Camp Bullis,
I think.
right.
If you're coming over and you want dinner or happy hour, we're just steps
good
away from the
time.
bar here. And
That's right.
You know,
It's
so
just fun.
libations can be
Literally
had.
10 steps away.
Yeah. It's not a bad place, Mike Taylor, to have a podcast. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Afternoon. LG, how are those headphones working out? Sounding good? Good.
Thumbs
good.
up. We can continue.
Gents.
Y'all think
Good
I was going to make it?
I had my money on
We were just going
yes.
to tell people you were in the bathroom.
Oh,
you know,
cool.
but
No,
that worked out.
When LG said it was right down the street,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he'll make it.
Yeah. By the hair of my chin.
Chinny chin.
Almost.
chin.
I live close to here.
Right.
And so because of that, I got plenty of time.
That's
and
right.
wound up late almost because I live close. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
That's a horrible,
totally.
horrible excuse, though.
Well, the construction around here, I mean,
Yeah,
this
I
side
don't
of
know what I
town,
would- yeah, and
a
then got up
5-minute
here.
drive can become a half an hour.
Didn't have these stupid headphones and went racing back. Also kind of did it just to hack off LG. I like to make him sweat on occasion
Yeah.
and keep him interested.
Keeps it
And
interesting.
here we
yeah.
are. I'm not even out of breath. I made it. Good to be
Love
back.
it, love it,
Feels
love it.
It's actually starting to feel a little like home.
It
honestly.
is.
I
Well,
like this spot.
I do
And it's
too.
also up the street from my house.
That's right. It's
very
so I love
convenient.
this place. This is great.
Food is great. The beverages are within arm's reach and everything. And Kleto's got his big red on standby
Yeah, I
here.
actually do. I need some
On brand, baby. Always on brand.
On brand.
Orale.
That's right. As a matter of fact, go over there. Hey, you know what?
Yeah. So everybody survived Halloween okay and into
Yeah.
November now and
Well,
inching
yeah.
closer to Thanksgiving and the holidays.
Can't wait for Thanksgiving. That's my jam right there.
Oh, yeah?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All right, so I was talking to my kid this morning.
Mm-hmm.
They call me every morning on the way to school. They walk and they call me while they walk to school. I don't live with them, so I'm not in charge of the things that go on in the house they live at. They put a Christmas tree up already. What are you doing?
I know how you
didn't,
feel
I
about
didn't
that.
Shoot. He's 11. I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, y'all don't put it. Okay. And I said, well, we kind of do it holiday to holiday at our
Yeah.
house. He's like, yeah, I would rather have Thanksgiving decorations up right now. I'm like, yeah, I mean, they're going to go straight to the tree, man. Come on, man. And maybe this is why baseball's my favorite sport. Once again, I bring up the sports.
It's okay.
Baseball is a station-to-station game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get to second until you get to first.
Right.
True.
Then you can worry about how am I going to get to second. Unless someone hits a home run, you can do it quick. I live my life methodically, one after the other, one foot in front of the other. I am horrible at multitasking.
Yeah.
Terrible at it. I procrastinate terribly. So I have to go top to bottom, not whatever, you know. So that being said, maybe it's OCD. Maybe I'm not smart. I cannot be celebrating Christmas until after Thanksgiving. What are we doing? That is hedonism. Don't you agree?
I avoid the Hallmark Channel on that reason alone.
Yes, that's not till December the 1st. Then you can get all
avoid
dorky.
the Hallmark Channel for that reason alone.
So here's the only reason, and I'm with Mike. But I talked to my daughter about this morning, and she said she's almost 18. She's like December 1st feels like a right time to start for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's the thing, where I come from is who does the decorating? Who takes the decorations down from the attic and disassembles, unpacks everything
My
to
wife.
decorate the house? She does. Okay, so I do it at my house.
Mm-hmm.
So that means
Well, I bring it in from the shed.
you bring it in from outside.
Yeah,
right.
she
right.
decorates all that
Our,
stuff.
our relationship's still new to where we do it together.
You do, of course, you do it together. And you're
Oh,
happy.
those honeymoon stages.
Hold hands the whole
I
time.
get it. I love you. No, you're schmoopy.
Celebrating another
You're
holiday together. Yay.
Get the mistletoe. Let me guess. You kiss under the mistletoe.
Sure.
Okay.
And
Very
I
good.
kiss under all the toes. Again, it's been we're under 2 years here, man.
Oh, my eyes.
Anyhow, I'm sorry to do that.
No, but there was a stretch where we had, you end summer, then we decorate for fall.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Seasonal.
Then from fall you go to Thanksgiving. What?
Does-
No.
do you put
Time
the
out. No, I
candles?
forgot. There's Halloween. Fall.
Yep.
Then there's Halloween. From Halloween you go to Thanksgiving. From Thanksgiving you go to New Year's.
Right.
And then after New
Do you
Year,
decorate the house? Do you go all out?
my wife, God love her, she likes
For
to
every season?
decorate, and she always seems to find at Home Goods or Home Depot or somewhere it's amazing sale. Amazon has something that we just have to have.
Oh yeah, I love going.
So I have to find a place in the garage or the attic for it now.
I see. Well, I like going in older people tend to do this, I think. Where it's fall, so my tablecloth. We don't even have tablecloth. You guys have tablecloths?
They're not tablecloth.
You
We have
go into
placemats, but not tablecloth.
Tablecloth,
We
and
have
it's
placemats,
in the
yeah.
fall. It's a darker color.
Yeah.
It's black, brown, orange, and then in the springtime, all of a sudden, it's white.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like an off mauve.
Pastel.
Yeah, pastel. And then right around Christmas, it's a big red one.
Yes,
you know,
of course.
That's the viejitos do that, and I love that.
Well, wait
but
till when
I
you put
can't do that
plastic
in my
over
own
it, then
house.
it'll be viejitos.
I can just picture Mike and Nina just going and decorating, like looking at each other's eyes and
Nat King
gazing.
Cole playing.
That's right.
It's still that good time.
All I want for Christmas.
Oh, now listen. If I don't need to see. I don't need to see Mariah. Speaking of that, I don't need to see Mariah Carey every 5 minutes. Right now.
Yeah, but no one believes. No one thinks like we. Oh, here, let me say this. Everybody I know agrees with what we're saying. Yet, Q101, the radio station, they'll start playing Christmas songs any day now, and they'll just smoke the entire every station in the. I knew at the ticket that I was. In early November, right around now, through Christmas, we're going to get smoked.
Playing for second place.
Absolutely, because no one admits to it, but everybody gets into the Christmas spirit earlier and earlier. Geez, they're selling Christmas gifts, Christmas things in all the Targets and everything, and
it's
mid-October.
It's
crazy.
all Amazon. It's because
that too.
Because if you order, someone just said today that her boyfriend, she's got her boyfriend's gift in today, her Christmas gift. I'm like,
What?
Christmas gift in today. I was
Seems
like,
early.
wow, that's
Come
a little.
on now.
Now, are you guys the type that decorate the tree or put the tree out Thanksgiving night or after?
Wait, the
Christmas tree.
Probably that weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
Yeah, okay.
Saturday,
That's about right.
Sunday. That's
about right.
appropriate.
Yeah, I think Sunday is when we normally would. Well, when I used to have a tradition with the kids. We go and we get a real tree. Then I started getting allergies.
Yeah.
So we started going with the fake
Daddy's
tree.
old.
Let's get the fake tree. Bring that bad boy in there.
Yeah.
We do something a little different for our Christmas. Like with the older kids, if you're over 18, we put we wrap up little like money in little like we wrap it in the Christmas wrapping and shove it in the tree, and you got to go find it.
Really?
And it's because they rather have money than gifts.
Of course.
And it's all the older kids, so they're like 30 and 28.
Fishing
and
for
27.
dollar
And now my
bills.
daughter's 22. She's up there now, and I have two little ones now. That they got their phone, and they're like they don't need anything else.
How many kids do you have?
I got 500.
See, we've never had this discussion.
Yeah, I got 500.
I'm embarrassed as your co-host.
I got.
Were you Nick Cannon or something? How many kids do you have? Jeez.
We have his, hers, and ours.
Okay, sure.
We have the older batch.
Except for Mr. Perfect over here, we're all in that boat.
We have the perfect batch. We have the older batch and the younger batch.
Yeah.
And my older kids, my stepsons are 35, Robert, and then Joseph is 28, and then Gabby from my previous is 27.
Okay.
And then we have three together, me and Lynette, and it's Mallory 22, Samuel 16, and Eli 15.
So if you're scoring at home, that's 6, right?
6
Whoa.
kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, between,
So we
between me
need
and Nina, there's
sponsors,
6.
really.
Yeah, we need sponsors.
11 cents a day.
6 between me and Nina.
Cue the Sarah McLachlan.
Yes. You too can adopt a klepto a child.
You need some big brother, big sister help?
For real, bro. You ain't lying.
Oh,
You
man.
ain't lying. What were you saying, Mike?
I don't know. Oh, we have 6 between us.
Okay, yeah.
From 11 all the way to 25. And so, yeah, I mean, we got. I'm trying to see if I can get this right. I can. 25, 22.
The twins.
20, yeah. 15, 11, and 11. Twin. Good Lord, yeah. How often are all your kids in the same room?
Oh, man, we just had them in the same room.
Isn't that awesome?
Saturday. It's
Isn't
the
that
best.
great? That's so good.
It was the
That's
best.
so cool.
Matter of fact, this is something cool they just did. The older kids, every Wednesday, they joined a bowling league.
Oh, there you go.
So they're part of a bowling league. And they're all
Together?
together.
That's got to warm your heart as
It
a
did.
pops.
I'm going to go check them out Wednesday. It's their game. But I mean, we had him in the house. Robert is going to have a baby, so we had a baby shower for him.
Nice.
And we had everybody there, and that was really cool. It's awesome. It's like Thanksgiving and Christmas are probably both my favorite holidays.
So I have a senior at home. She's going to be 18 next week, and so this is my first go of it with a senior and coming to terms with she is more than likely going off to college, next fall.
Away?
Well, she wants to. If she has it her way, she will.
Mm-hmm.
So we're waiting on to see if
she's all, I'm out.
I don't. Yeah, we're waiting on one school to either say yes or no. But my question is, when you guys experience that, I mean, any advice for me, or what was that experience like when the first one leaves or goes on to do his or her own thing?
It's terrifying to think that now everything they do is in their hands, right? As a dad, you're gonna deal with that. I see you're already creeping out in the car. Just wait till she's
driving
in another town.
Oh gosh,
or her whole life's off your grid now.
Well, for example,
it's hard.
she got accepted to Texas Tech.
That's not close.
It's not close. and then we were just thinking about all the things.
Guns up.
Get your guns up. She had a friend in town who came into town to surprise her the other day who goes to Stephen F. Austin.
Okay.
And she came home on the Greyhound bus.
Okay.
But but the Greyhound bus goes through Houston to get to San Antonio.
Yeah.
So I was like, on the one hand, she's not driving. You don't have to worry about that. And it's not the most expensive ticket in the world. On the other hand, how many hours does she have to be on a bus?
Oh, yeah.
To get to, what is it, Nacogdoches or wherever?
Hours.
Stephen F. Austin
A
is.
Greyhound, right?
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
So that's, well, I'm just saying.
Hey, where you going? I mean, as a dad, you're just picturing that kind of mess,
I know.
What are you
I
up
thought
to?
I thought that was Jerry Jones. I thought you were doing the Jerry Jones.
You go to SFA? Some one-arm weird. Everything goes through.
Okay.
That's the thing.
No, I
get it. And I'm sure it's fine. You got a good kid.
Well, but
you did a good job.
But
everything goes through your
and
head.
that's true.
Because you don't know what's happening.
don't know.
So you create all these horrible things.
Remember, I trust you. I don't trust them.
Like
Right.
on top of that, every Forensic Files episode comes in your head. Trust me.
You got Keith Morrison in your brain.
Right, yeah.
It was a nice day in Nacogdoches, Texas.
Dateline.
Love it. Known for
This is
Buddy
Lester Holt,
Holly
everybody.
and tumbleweeds, but today known for murder.
That's right.
All that goes through your head. It's awful, And you're a newsman.
Are you an
You've seen it all.
overprotective dad?
I mean,
I know I
by
am.
nature,
Are
I'm
you,
a
Mike?
pretty conservative guy, but she's my oldest. She's a daughter,
No,
But,
I don't think so.
and is she ready for real life outside the cone of protection and the house and everything in San Antonio for that matter?
Yeah, it's rough.
My 25-year-old I don't know if I told you guys, is living with us at this moment temporarily, which is going on month 4. Which is fine. She's working she's got a good job. I'm proud of her. She's got a good job. And she was living in Fort Worth, and it just wasn't working out. And she was living with one of my sisters, and it was I needed to get her back to daddy to redo the deck, and be prepared for that too. By the way, it doesn't matter if your kid goes to college or not, how smart, bright.
Yeah.
Whatever they do, sometimes
I moved back home.
I heard that. I heard
Yes.
that. You told that story to Elaine on
did.
Nosotros
I
this
sure
week,
did.
and I heard it.
Yes.
You told that story to me on the Taylor Live
Yes,
show, and
yes.
so sometimes you do that. And she's back, and everything's going well. She's got some new buddies in town that she's met. I think because she moved to Fort Worth years ago, but now that she's back, she's rekindled an old friendship or two that she had years ago.
Nice.
Met some new people at work. So there's nights where I go to bed and she's not home, and she's a 25 years old woman.
She's an adult.
It's okay,
Yeah.
absolutely. And because I go to bed at 11, that's a lot to ask. I'm not gonna have her on a curfew, but anyway, she's got a good job. She's doing well. I'm happy with that. I'm proud of that. But you do the best you can, I suppose, and then let it go where it goes. But I've never stopped being her father.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still her dad. It just the element of what that looks like changes. The dynamic of being a dad, and you got grown kids too.
Mm-hmm.
They're grown-ups, yet they're still their father. It's weird how it just kind of naturally, you can screw it up, by the way, if you're overprotective and all this
you
kind
can.
of thing.
If you get in their
You gotta
business,
let 'em go, man.
like
Yeah.
my wife has a tendency to get in their business. I didn't say that out loud. Is that
Yeah,
camera on me?
you got to be careful.
All right, so she'll have a tendency to get in the business. I'm like, lay back, relax, because when they turn 18, as protective I was, I had this thing. Okay, you're on your own.
Yeah.
You're gonna make your own decisions. You're gonna just make wise decisions is what I ask.
Right.
And then just be safe, you're careful around your surroundings, that kind of thing. Like I was telling my son, he wants to drive already. He's already gonna see 16, and he's like, I go, look, first of all, there's kids that are meant to be behind the wheel. And you're not one of them. Not right now. I mean, it's like, I still am the dad to where it's like, I got to understand. It's like I said, it's not the fact that you know how to drive. You already know how to drive. It's just the safety issues that, you don't bring up, the safety issues of how you drive. You bring up what song you're going to listen to when you're jamming down the road. I'm like, you don't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so I said, I go, but your sister, it took a while for her to get her car and her license. But she was in a hurry. She had us taking her everywhere. And finally we just got tired of that. So now you go get your license. But now it's like she's got 2 tickets later, when her
Oh, wait a minute.
So I've got 4, and they're all so uniquely different.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the same father. I'm two with one. I got his and hers and ours. So there's influences from mom, but all my kids are so vastly different from one another. So it's like the
personalities are all just different.
And it's cool to see, and it's kind of like I compare it to coaching.
Yeah.
Because, I want to keep up with him every day. I at least text the 2 oldest ones. The 25-year-old lives with me. I don't see her.
Right.
I still don't see her even though she lives there. But I try to at least text my older kid. My 11-year-olds and I, we speak every single day on the phone for 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes, sometimes 20. We started a book club recently, me and my twins. We're reading the same books now, and we're comparing them.
That's super cool.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, I started doing that this week. You guys will love the books I had to go buy this week at Barnes & Noble. But anyway, it's like coaching football because, they're all different. So it's like I'm walking around through Bronco. Oh, there's my 24. Here's a whole different set of issues and good and bad with a 25-year-old. It's like you're walking around a football field. Oh, there's the wide receivers. Hey, wide receivers, you did this wrong. You did this wrong. I need to be doing that. Make sure we're doing that. Oh, you did that well. Good. Okay, where's my offensive lineman? There they are. Hey, this week y'all didn't do this. You did that. Yeah. I got to get this right tackle back in order. We're going to put this new plan. Where's my defense? It's so different. I'm a father 4 times over to 4 different people with their own set of problems, issues, likes, wants, dislikes. And it ain't easy. Which is why I go to books and I Google, hey, Google, so I found this book club idea.
Yeah.
If you'll indulge me.
I will.
So my 11-year-olds live in Hawaii. It's suboptimal. We try to make the very best of it. So I've been online.
Thank you, FaceTime.
Yeah, what to do when your kids live far from you, and it's my reality. So I can't dwell. Suck it up, be a man, and let's go and be a dad, and make sure you do a good job. One of the things I read as a recommendation was a book club. Okay. Or watch it was watch the same movies or get on the same games, video games. I don't play video games. Yeah, so I decided to take that idea and I made it into books. Let's read. They like to read books. So I found myself in Barnes & Noble on Sunday buying a copy of Eclipse from the Twilight series. And then I bought something called, it was called Shatter Me. It sounds awful, but apparently it's all the rage now with tweens, 11 to 15. It's a series of books, and I proofread some of the stuff, and so I'm reading something called I'm going to start reading tomorrow. Shatter Me. And then you remember Twilight?
They're big books.
Twilight's
big books.
I mean, I've seen a couple of the movies, but now I'm like, oh well, you committed to it, bro. So you're gonna see me sitting at a bookstore flipping through Twilight, looking like a weirdo.
Well, you'll be either team Edward or team Jacob, right?
I'm the werewolf guy. Yeah, Robert Pattinson's he's a little squirrely guy. I'm not. No, he's too pale.
Taylor Lautner.
I'm a werewolf. I'm gonna be a werewolf. It's funny, you know that, see, because you got kids at home. You got an 18-year-old daughter.
Yes, I do.
And so here we go. I'm going through Twilight now with one of my 11-year-olds. Shatter Me with one, and then of course 25-year-old's a grown woman, and the 22-year-old that's my quirky one.
My 22-year-old's trying to get me to be a Swiftie right now.
See, my 22-year-old, I've learned all these emo and punk bands because of my 22-year-old. The Used and My Chemical Romance and Oh, gosh, I'm on the spot. Weird bands that Daddy doesn't like, but Daddy listens to, so it's a bonding mechanism. Right. I may not love this.
I know.
But I want to try to appreciate
I'm right there
what
with
they
you, Mike.
appreciate. And
Shake it off. Shake it. I got
absolutely.
you.
I went through that phase, too.
I know.
mean, gosh, yeah, I went through that phase. So it's a bonding thing, and these are the things, that, especially with my grown kids, my 22-year-old loves the Beatles more than I do. So the Beatles just released a new song.
Yes,
Did y'all see that? That
now
was
and
insane.
then, yes.
And my 22-year-old was going crazy, counting down, waiting for it. I don't really care. But I was all in. I wanted to hear this new tune.
Oh, so it was a song that they released?
They found some, John Lennon had recorded something just makeshifty in his apartment in New York, and Yoko saved it and just kind of put it on a shelf and had a bunch of John's old recordings. And the other three guys got wind of it 30 years ago or whatever, and then they were going to do something with it, but it never manifested. Then George Harrison dies, and it's like Ringo and Paul got together, and they're like, it's time we go ahead and do something.
Thank you. Thank you.
So they do that, and they went. They didn't have the technology.
That's
in those
what I
days
read.
to put John's voice in with. Ringo had to go in and redrum it.
Yeah.
Paul created a new melody on piano, and they put John's lyrics in there with George's guitar.
Wow.
And they kind of just, through the miracles of modern technology.
AI,
yeah.
So what happened was,
Lennon
had recorded it while he was playing piano.
Right.
And 30 years ago, they couldn't separate Lennon's voice from the piano.
Correct.
And
didn't sound good.
They couldn't do it. And now they could do it. Like you said, Paul went in and redid. So they literally stripped Lennon's voice, just the voice track, off of that recording from 40, 50 years ago, whenever it was. And then, like you said, remixed it or whatever, and now you have the finished product.
Is it a good song?
I heard a little bit of it. I mean, it sounds to me like a pretty classic, slow Beatles
It's a
melody.
It's
laid back.
It's an early 70s, into the band, laid back tune. And when John never finished it, it was just a couple of bars.
Yeah.
They turned it into
I wonder
a
if they could
full-blown
do that
song.
like with Michael Jackson or Prince or somebody. Yeah, with stuff
Well,
that
with
they
all
have
the
on
stuff
show.
that Prince left behind that was never even recorded, they could make several records of Prince, I think, in that way.
For sure.
Wow. We can't play any of that because LG says it's a violation of YouTube. So
then they'll mute the channel or something.
Well, you know what? Maybe we'll get AI to switch their voices and put ours on there. You know what I mean?
As long as they don't replace us.
As long as I get a royalty, I'm fine.
As long as they don't replace us.
Have you boys messed around with ChatGPT at all?
No, what's that?
A little bit. When it first came out and I was still at the station and it was all the rage, we were talking about our Brad Souter, our meteorologist, who's one of the smartest men I've ever known. This was in his wheelhouse, and he would tell it to do something, and it would magically. But if you were to explain it to Cleto, what is ChatGPT?
Well, it's AI, and it basically is an online ideas think tank for you that acts in real time. So if you were to go on there, just do this for funsies. I'm not saying you should use the material, but you'll be blown away. Go type in. It's free. Just download ChatGPT. I've done this. Type in. Give me looking for 100 jokes for a stand-up comic from San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
And watch what happens.
Your mind will be blown.
You're gonna be like on your knees like God.
So I'll be blown if I see my material on there.
Dude, no, you
well,
won't.
You probably
It's
won't.
Unbelievable. We've done that. Me and LG have done this. ChatGPT, give us ideas for how to build a podcast with two guys in South Texas about sports and guy talk. Within 30, it just gives you 100 ideas on how to do that, how to build the podcast, content, what to talk about, strategies, times of year to do the right thing, when to post on your social media to get the most clicks, and it just right away. It's unbelievable.
That's why they're talking about, like educators or like higher education is concerned about kids using it to write term papers or to cheat on tests.
That's already going on.
Oh, well, yeah, let's be
sure.
honest. But where examples of where it could be used for maybe not so great things.
Yeah.
Or could it replace, writers, Hollywood writers, write me a sitcom for whatever.
Yeah, right.
That's a big reason for the strike this
That's
year.
exactly why.
Because they're already doing it in Hollywood, in television, movies.
Wow.
Why should I give you $100,000 a year to write my sitcom when ChatGPT can do it for me?
in
You're fired.
seconds
Get out.
for free.
In seconds for free, yeah. Saves a lot of money.
Jeez.
Everybody's scared of AI. I am a little bit because with everything technologically that's new, people are going to use it for bad. But
Yes.
it really is meant to be used for good. Doctors will be able to use AI to treat you and these kind of things. That's what it's supposed to be. But, of course, it'll get bastardized and the terrorists will take it over and stuff. But there's still a lot of good to come from it. And I use some of the ideas on the show that I do. I take it and make it my own, you know.
Yeah.
They were saying that it was in a positive way. That's all I heard. I didn't hear anything really negative about it.
Yeah, you can't go in there and say, "Hey, give me a manuscript on how to assassinate President Biden."
Yeah.
That's not going to work. No. But if it's, "Hey, give me some ideas on how to write a term paper for 20th century English literature in my English studies class at Texas Tech,"
Yeah.
then your daughter can sleep in.
Yeah. No,
and turn the paper in.
But how tempting is that?
Very.
I mean, it's
and how do you police it? Is it unethical? It's a whole can of new worms, man.
And if you're the instructor of that class or a professor, how do you check or how do you know that this was written by the human being student or artificial intelligence?
Right. All that to say, yes, this show can totally be mocked on AI. All it needs is to hear your voice a little bit, and it can create Cleto's stand-up comic, release it on Spotify. They'll think it's you, and it's not. It's a robot who sounds like you.
What?
Yeah, man. It's pretty.
Oh,
it's amazing. Believe nothing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm reading books. I'm back to books. I stay offline as much as I can. Play video games. Get the blank out. I'm going to read a book.
Oh, my God.
So who's running the whole AI thing? Who's running that? Like, who's
The
the
Illuminati.
guy?
That's a good question.
That is a very
trying to
good
think of
question.
LG knows a lot more about this stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him.
LG,
What's up with
Who's running
Chat
it, LG?
GPT? Who's in charge? Yes, you do.
Oh, yes, I see.
Come on. He claims he doesn't know. You were the one that introduced me to it. And I went, and then Nina, she uses it too.
Yeah.
Often. Here's the thing. Like people like a wedding planner. Okay, I just landed a new gig. I've got 500 people in a wedding. It's in 6 weeks. Okay, you can go on and give me ideas to plan a wedding in December in the hill country, man and woman, wedding, outdoors. Here's the budget. ChatGPT, give me ideas on what to do to plan the wedding right away. Within a minute, you've now got your whole outline to plan that wedding. Is that unethical? I don't think so.
Wow.
That's just like also, I don't know if it was ChatGPT or something else where you can talk to it and randomly it will draw something or illustrate something for you. Like, draw me a picture of a bear sitting in a field of sunflowers on a rainy day, and the sky's purple, and it has wings, and it'll in real time animate this for you as you're describing what you want it to do.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So-
Wow.
So you can look like Vin Diesel. If
You know what?
If you choose to.
Thank you. You know what?
Have
There's
hologram Cleto,
There
your
is
voice
hope,
and Vin
everybody.
Diesel's body.
Oh, my
There's
gosh.
no more Charlie Brown.
You boys like music. I can tell you do.
I do like-
I like music.
How did you boys handle? This goes hand in, and I wrestled with this for years when Spotify first came out.
Yeah.
iHeart, these iTunes.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do that. I listen to records. I'm going to go buy CDs. I don't want to hear just a playlist of the best tunes. I'm a
Fell in
records
love
guy.
with it. I fell in love with
And
Spotify.
I've held out for a while. I didn't get on Spotify until about 5 years ago. But it's been around for 20,
Yeah.
15 at least. And I was one of these guys. Nope. I listen to CDs. If I like a band, I'm going to go get their new record and play the record, all the tunes in one day, and then listen to it that way. But no, now I don't. Do you listen to records?
I listen to Spotify.
Yeah, you get playlists.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
I have Sirius
I've come around.
XM,
And
satellite
see,
radio.
And that was going to ruin music, remember?
Yeah.
But it didn't. It didn't. They just adjusted to it, and I think we'll all have to find ways to adjust.
Well, it's
to
other
AI.
streams of income for these artists, right? That
It
are
is,
getting
if you do
paid
it right. Yeah,
royalties.
yeah.
So I mean, we have Sirius XM, but they've got hundreds of channels.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a Beatles channel, or if you want, I like the '80s, obviously, or you want.
I'm on that Sirius radio.
On the comedy channels.
Yep. I'm on the
Okay,
comedy channel.
comedy channels.
That's cool.
I used to listen when I lived in Arizona. I listened to those almost exclusively.
A buddy
all
of
the
mine
time.
just called me to.
I did hear you on those one time.
Laugh
That's
Across
right.
America.
That's exactly
Laugh
right.
Across America. I'm on there. He said he heard my whole CD my whole CD on the way to Jacksonville, Florida.
That's cool. What
That was
finally
pretty
got me in on, all right, fine, let me look
Yeah,
at this
yeah,
Spotify, was then I realized, oh, gosh, every talk show on earth is on there,
Oh,
too.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I could listen to guys I like in Chicago if I want to. Wow, that's
Yeah.
new. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then I realized, okay, this is pretty cool. And, of course, now here we are doing shows that are going to wind up on Spotify ourselves today. So
I heard
who am I
this.
to blaspheme technology too much?
I heard this our show on the Halloween one. I heard it on Spotify this weekend, and we're pretty good, by the way.
Thank you.
We are pretty good.
Speak for
And
yourself.
it was very, very funny. I mean, I enjoy. I was like, I'm sitting back, and my kid's like, "Man, Dad, this is funny." I go, "You know, does this sound familiar? Is this your gig? Is this
Yeah,
your gig?"
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's our show. And you're like, "Yeah, that's pretty funny."
Yeah. My kids will be like, "What are you listening to?" And it's us or whatever. But anyway, it is the bottom of the hour. We move on here with the second half of the 3 Cents podcast, presented by Integrity Roofing and Siding. Ronnie and Stephanie Suarez. And we've got plans in the works to try to collaborate more with them because we're so grateful for their support and for their hospitality. They've been doing roofing and siding in this area for 30 plus years. So obviously, if you need,
I'll be calling
something-
them soon for my.
You
roofing.
said you needed
yeah.
roofing. Then thank you. Right on cue.
Roofing-
LG. There's
roofing
the
deal.
there are the particulars. Roofing, siding, and renovation. Is it like a repair, or do you need like an entire
No, I
roof?
need a whole entire roof. Yeah, it's been around a while, the house.
I
and
may-
the shingles are flying off.
Has been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a
Well,
while.
I know a guy.
Yeah, we know a guy.
Know a guy.
We know a
I
guy.
mean, do they have good integrity?
I think so.
'Cause
I
I'm
think so.
gonna have to give them a call because
Look,
that's what I'm looking for.
Free consultation.
It's someone. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Free consultation and integrity. That's what I want.
I am going to be
That's
needing
a good name, actually, for a
integrity.
roofing.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
I mean, that's
because
pretty smart.
when you call yourself integrity,
Yeah.
you better have it.
You better
I
have
mean,
it.
You got to have it every day.
Yeah.
And obviously, for 30 years, he has, or he would have to change his
and
name
then
by
you
now.
meet these people, and you just can tell. I mean, they're just so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
going to be
awesome.
needing a roof pretty soon because I've made the decision to. So I've not lived in an apartment in 20 plus years because I'm a grown man, and I didn't want to live around a bunch of people, especially young people. You know.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Well, you know, when I moved back, do you have something? Can you indulge this for a moment?
Yeah,
this
I'm good.
This
No.
is a good segue out of the live
No,
spot.
please, right ahead.
When I moved back home last year, Nina lived in an apartment. All good. Here I am. I'm in an apartment again. That's okay. It's a cute apartment. She had a beautiful little 2-story loft condo, real cool little community and everything. But it didn't take long for me to realize why I don't like apartments. And so I think I've talked her into getting into back into a house. You know.
Okay.
Now we have a lease. I don't want to walk on a lease, and God knows I can't afford to break one right now anyway. If I wanted to. So our lease is up in the springtime, and I think I've talked her into let's rent a house, baby, or let's go buy a house together, or something, and get out of the apartment scene. Oh my God, it's been such a nightmare with our dogs. All right, so if you'll indulge me for a
Yeah,
quick
go right
minute.
ahead.
So one of our dogs, who's 11 years old, he's an old man. He's a viejito.
See.
He's got 2 busted hips. He's got bad front legs.
Wow.
He's had several issues. He's a big old mutt that she just totally kept out of the gas chamber when he was a puppy because he was heading that way and
Right.
saved his little butt. So he's the sweetest thing on the planet. He ain't smart, but he's sweet, and I'll take it.
Okay.
But that being said, he's old. Some idiot neighbor of mine lives in our apartment area. I don't want to be too detailed.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Decided, oh, bro, young kid,
Yeah.
TSA student. Oh, he had 2 Labradors. I'm going to let these dogs. So he was actually dog sitting for the guy that actually lives there, right? And so rather than leash up his dogs, take them out to walk around the complex so they can do their business, he just lets them out. No leash. We happen to be out there, me and my old man. They're big labs. They see my dog, they get weird in the head, territorial. They go screaming toward our dog and just jump him. And I'm just losing my S, I'm just like, what? And I love dogs.
Yeah.
And for me, in this a-hole put me in this position where now
Right.
I'm kicking this dog. Boom, boom, trying to get him off my dog, kicking him in the guts, ribs. And meanwhile, this kid that let the dogs go just standing there. He's scared. He's scared. I'm yelling at him, I'm saying some other words.
Yes.
Help me get this dog. Get your dog off my dog. Help me, help me, help me. And he was scared. So finally I get those dogs off my dog, and I shove this kid into the bushes. What is oh, you big baller now, huh? But not he wasn't that day. He was big tall kid too, and he's young, but he was scared assless. And my dog's bleeding, busted up.
No.
So $2,000 in surgery later for this old dude to save him, to patch him all up. We complained to the apartment people. They kicked that dog out of the apartment complex for what it's worth. They did.
Yeah.
This was late.
These were labs?
Early September. Yeah, labs did this.
Wow.
And some idiot kids that didn't know what they were doing and didn't raise probably kept the dog cooped up all day or whatever, and the dog was freaked out. So to the office's credit, they forced that guy to remove that dog from the property. Okay. And I feel bad, but not really. I mean, sorry, and it was
$2,000 later.
It was so a kid wound up paying me half of the surgery.
I was just going to ask.
I told him, you owe me all this money, and he agreed. I'm poor. All of a sudden, he went from cool guy to, because he acted all kind of hard with me that day, because I went over there and pounded on the door. I'm like, hey, what's the deal? And he was all, these kids.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, look, there's an SAPD officer here. Talk to him. Oh, we didn't mean to. And all of a sudden, he wilted like a little punk. So anyway, I actually got him and helped me he wound up giving me half that money back. I gave it to Nina. It's her dog, though. But okay, let me make this story quicker. Okay. We've been through a lot with this dog. This is early September when he got attacked. 1 week after surgery, 1 week, and he's laid up. The elevator in our building goes out. There was a power surge, and we're on the 3rd floor. And the only reason why we agreed to live on the 3rd floor is because they had an elevator. Because our dog is old school. He's an old man. He cannot go up and down 3 flights of stairs 4 or 5 times a day to go out. And so we were 2 months without that. We're literally having to help him down the stairs and back up the stairs. She's like, maybe we should put him down. I'm like, no, baby, we're not putting him down. He just has superficial wounds. He's going to heal up and be okay. But he can't go up and down them stairs all the time, even when he's healthy. Finally, after 2 months, they fixed the elevator. They could have done it quicker, but humans got involved and it got delayed. All right, so we're dealing with all that. Meanwhile, so many people in this apartment complex. And all our viewers are like, dude, just don't live in an apartment. I get it. I do. All these people that you would not believe the poop bombs that are everywhere. Yeah. No one picks up after their dog.
Oh, of course.
Even though in this particular complex, when we first moved there, they literally made us give them samples of our dog's feces.
What?
Yes. In this complex, they take your dog's poop, send it to some lab in Nashville.
Catalog it.
No.
And catalog it. That's how they try to police people not picking up after the dog. They will check the DNA of the poop, and if it matches, they'll find you. I thought this is great.
It's like forensic files.
That's cool with me. That's cool by me. We always pick up after our dogs. This will never happen to us. So I've dealt with the dog getting attacked. I've dealt with the elevator going out. By the way, 2 weeks after the dog got attacked, that spot where that happened, it was a little grassy area. They filled it full of rocks. Oh. Imagine that. And then they filled up half the other green spaces around our complex with rocks. Not little rocks, big rocks. You can't even walk on them.
Huh.
So now we have even less space to take. Everyone has a dog because it's a pet-friendly place. And so everyone has to take their dog out, but we have half the space to do so. So all these dogs are going in the same spot. So every day it's like, and I got PTSD from this fight that I had to wake up. Yeah. Every day I'm worried my dog's going to get attacked, and I've stepped in dog crap twice in the last 2 weeks.
Gosh.
And then guess what happens? Now, I'm wrapping this story up.
Go ahead. No.
We get a letter on the door saying, you guys owe us $150 in fines because we tested your dog's crap for. They're saying they found our dog's crap on the ground. Bull S. We've never not picked up after that dog. Never. I turn into a man Karen over that kind of thing. If I see someone not pick up their dog, hey, you need to get that shit up. Honest, I'm not kidding.
Quite literally.
And you know what? You can call me a man Karen all you want, because sometimes being a man Karen is justified. Mm-hmm. I cannot stand people that don't pick up after, especially these big dogs. Yeah. Big old piles of ugh.
Yeah.
And there's no way that was our dog. They clearly made a mistake. We always pick it up, always. And it sucks is I see people let their dog go and not pick it up all the time out there. And then I get hit with a fine. It's just – so we wrote them a letter saying, hey, we want to see a picture of the shit y'all collected. We're not paying until we see a photo.
That's
because
right.
we don't believe you. You screwed up. And here's
we
the
know
thing.
what it looks like.
Here's the technicality I might be able to get out of this $150 fine. They put the wrong dog's name on the sheet.
No.
Oh, sorry, but your dog – I don't want to – I'll make up a name. Your dog, Billy, right, tested positive, blah, 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 blah. You need to – we don't have a dog named Billy. His name is Sinatra, after Frank.
That's right.
Right?
Blue eyes.
Yeah. Sorry, you got the wrong dog. So we sent him a little letter earlier this morning. This all happened in the last
With a
2
little
days.
sample.
Wow.
It's just I'm dealing with all that already, and then I'm the guy that you want to find, and I never do this. Now
It's not even my dog.
Now your DNA system's flawed, right?
Wow.
So we outie, man. So technology giveth, technology taketh.
Taketh
There
away.
you
And
go.
I am not anti-technology. I'm not going to move to a shack in Montana and get off the grid. But, boy, it can be a colossal ass whip when humans don't handle the technology the right way. The robots are great. They're perfect. It's the humans that mess them up. So we'll see how it goes. I'll have an update for you when we get back in here
My
next week.
dogs, I mean, I'll be like, if I get them, if they're sick, they had something bad at the neighbors. That's how I know they had something bad at the neighbors when they get sick. Because they're country dogs. They're in the. We open the dog. We let them out.
That's great.
They got a pattern. They go to this house, this house, this house, and then they come back and hang at our house. That's the pattern. The old lady over there feeds them. The neighbors feed them, and then they come back here.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. And then when they come in, they want to come in. They'll come in, get out of the shade. They want to go hang out over there. So it's Rocky and Apollo.
Right, your dogs.
We had Adrian is at my mother-in-law's.
Yeah, okay.
So we had, and then we have 2 cats, Mango and Seaweed.
Oh, my gosh.
Those cats rule. They rule the roost over there. They kind of run things, and it's like prison over there. It's like crazy, and but yeah, it's you know the dogs. I mean they have like all this. They put wherever they want. You know thank God. Yeah, I go back to our house.
Dude, oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I've talked. She was alone with her boys, you know, in an apartment. It was upstairs. It was safer. But I think she's ready to have a yard, you know, have a fence. It's ours. You know, it's just our poop. We have anything goes wrong, it's on us because it's our little dwelling. And I'm not surrounded by morons, you know. Anyway, apartment life ain't for the 49-year-old man. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you.
No,
y'all give me your thoughts and your prayers.
That's
Because it's
right.
been a colossal beating. I'll update you where we are. And they'll probably fight us. Nope, you have to pay this fine. Well, then show us the poop. Should we want to?
You know what?
I'm going to be a jerk about it. I want to see the DNA strands.
You know what, Mike? I know what. I got the perfect cure to get you off of the dogs.
Okay.
Christmas music right now.
That
Christmas
King
music.
Cole.
Oh,
that's what you need.
Man.
The mistletoe.
Hallmark Channel.
Hallmark Channel. Yeah, it makes me want to move to some little Hallmark town. Because
That's crazy.
It sucks.
That
It's
is
been
crazy.
awful. It's been
I've never heard of that
a
before.
long. The attack was in September. Then the elevator goes out in mid-September, and then all of a sudden now we get hit with a fine. And just to rub it in my pun intended face even more, I've stepped in dog shit twice this week, and I'm the one that got fined. Come on, man. So we're having. I'm gonna get my boy Dylan Collier from KSAT. I'm gonna get one of these.
That's right.
I told him I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. Yeah, what's her name? Yasmin or whatever.
Yasmin.
I'm gonna get one of these snitch reporters to come investigate this place, boy.
Yasmin.
What's her name?
Yummy.
You're talking about Yummy Virgen?
Yummy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I haven't watched. So I'm protesting.
Yasmin was on Baywatch.
I'm sorry. I
You're
don't
thinking
watch
of-
the local news. I've been protesting ever since Ernie quit in May.
Well,
Yasmin.
Yami is one of my close friends.
Well,
and
you
so-
know what? I'm sure you have her number.
I do.
All right. If this goes haywire,
Oh
Bro,
my
she
God.
can
let
handle
you know.
narcos. She can handle some
Yami
dogs.
quite
Sir.
literally does. Yeah, she can handle the narcos.
She can handle the dogs.
Yeah.
Easy.
This is well.
I'm gonna plant some fungus and make it worse or something. Put some mold. Hey, look at that. Hey, man, look at else. Yeah. If she shows up, I bet you they're like, okay, we'll go ahead and waive the fine. I
It's
bet
amazing,
you will.
but it's amazing what happens when the TV cameras show up.
Amazing,
You know, and
yeah.
the microphone.
Yeah, look, and I'm not. Everyone should use their outlet. If you have, it sucks because a lot of people can't just call Dylan. They don't have. What's her name again?
Yummy.
They don't have Yummy's number. I'm sure Nina knows her too. But it's like, well, but if you, and it sucks.
I like
because,
Yasmin better.
Well, there's some folks that don't have the resources I've got. Because I can call my lawyer. Because I got an official one of the show. If I need a roof, I'm gonna call Ronnie.
That's right.
And I'm thankful that I've got outlets and people in town. I have an outlet, and on this show I can complain. Maybe it helps someone who doesn't have an outlet. Maybe it's a reminder to landlords, people that run apartment complexes and stuff. And I get it. You guys are probably you have budgets and you get your constraints, and it's hard to keep people. It's hard to let people, and people like two of the people that work in our office also live there. They're our neighbors. That's part of their deal. They get free rent for an X amount of money. They live here and help run the place.
Like a frat house.
That can't be. Yeah, they're the super.
Yeah,
That can't be a great job. But it's not personal.
Yeah.
But there's lots of flaws in this system. I'm sure it's budgets and not enough management and all this kind of thing that goes on all over this world these days. But I'm not, and I just want to, going back to my children, trying to raise all these kids, I am not going to be victimized by nobody. I am not going to get taken advantage of, not without bitching about it anyway.
Yeah.
Because God knows we only have so much control over our lives because of AI and politics and the laws of the land. You only have so much. This world's going to be hard anyway. Don't make it hard on yourself by doing dumb stuff. It's one of the things I try to teach my kids.
Yeah.
And don't let idiots mess up your scene. Protest, fight. Don't just accept people. Don't get bullied. Don't let the landlord take advantage of you. If you get wrongly accused, dang it, tell them at least fight them. You may lose, but at least you went down swing.
You got to use your voice.
Have you ever had a situation where you were at a restaurant or something, or you got bad service somewhere, or an apartment complex where you put them on blast, like on social media, and then you get it reversed or it changed for the better?
Sure. Yeah. Buc-ee's.
Oh.
Yeah. One time, we were at Buc-ee's and needed to get gas, and I didn't have my wallet. Oh, we were in Luling.
The Luling, yeah.
Middle of nowhere.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Grandbabies were in Houston. See, this is years ago.
Yes.
Grandbabies were in Houston with in-laws. Met them in some Schulenburg or somewhere halfway to pick up the kids. Coming through Buc-ee's, needed gas. Kids loved it. My twins were itty-bitty, two.
Yes.
One of them's like, crying. Oh, crap. Had diaper change time. Oh, good old Buc-ee's. Pulled over. I pull up to the gas tank. Tank's on empty. Uh-oh. Why is that empty? My back pocket. Looked in the console. Looked in the glove box.
That's the worst feeling.
Something left my wallet in San Antonio.
That's the worst feeling
Empty
ever.
tank, crying babies. Yeah. And I was alone, right? I went myself to pick up the twins that week.
Wow.
Because Jennifer was at work or something.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, my gosh. So I'm like, well, I have a checkbook. I find it somehow, for whatever, I had a checkbook in the glove box. And I went in there and asked for the manager. I'm like, do you guys take checks? Nope, we don't take checks. Oh, darn it. And I go, well, look, I explained to him, look, man, I got two screaming twins. One's got a crappy diaper. I'm going to go change it, but I'm not going to make it home. Is there any way you can let me write you a check, or maybe I can call my neighbor, have him go into my house, send me a photo screen of my debit card. My wallet's on my desk at home. He was like, nope. And I just felt just awful. It was my fault. It's my fault. But the way he handled the situation, and he was busy. He probably, it's Buc-ee's.
Running a Buc-ee's.
He's got 10,000 people in his store at all times. He was busy, and he blew me off, and he didn't care. And I don't know. I guess I got pissed, So I thought about, well, I'm just going to pump gas and just pay him later. And I didn't do it, and I just bitched to no end, and they just would not do it. So I had to have a buddy drive out to Luling and bring my wallet to me.
Wow.
I begged him, but I had no other means. I had no other means. I had no card. I was an idiot, and this is years ago. And again, see, I've taken technology slowly in my life.
Pre-Venmo and pre all the PayPal.
Yeah, I didn't have Venmo. I didn't have PayPal on my phone. I do now. I didn't have Cash App. None of that. I have all three of them now.
Yeah.
But in those days, this is where I guess the theme of our show is technology giveth and it taketh.
That's right.
Had I been not so stubborn and just had Venmo on my phone, someone could have just put some money. I could have found a way to. I could have had an online wallet. I didn't have any of that stuff, and I should have. That was my fault. And so anyway, I went on the radio show that day and told the story and took blame. But then also threw the manager under the bus for being an a-hole. He was really awful about it. Here's a dad with twins, and I'm stuck. I wasn't trying to get him to let me go for free. I was just trying to let me borrow some gas. I was going to pay the man.
Yeah.
But no, look, he probably would have gotten in trouble had he let me slide. It just sucked, and I didn't have technology.